This week's presentation is what is subject-verb agreement. The subject and the verb of a sentence must agree in number. If the subject is singular, meaning there is one subject or one item, the verb must be singular. If the verb is plural, or the subject is plural, meaning two or more, the verb must be plural. Joe and Bob is tall is incorrect. The team are winning is incorrect. Even though the team are winning kind of sounds right. Joe and Bob, there are two of them, so that means it's plural. Is a singular verb. So correct would be Joe and Bob are tall, because are is plural. The team is singular, because even though there's more than one person on the team, there's only one team. Are is plural, so we can't use it, so we're going to use is. The team is winning. Singular verbs. In order to make a singular verb, you're going to add s or es to a word. He sings. He is one person, so we have to add the s. Sings. She, one person, marches. Plural verbs do not have an s or an es. They sing. So, more than one person, sing, no s. Taylor and Ellen march. Two people, no s. So let's do some examples. Steve repairs cars for a living. Steve is one person, so that means there has to be an s on the verb. So we're going to go with repairs. Steve repairs cars for a living. The balloons. The balloons are plural. It ends in an s. So balloons float. There cannot be an s on our verb. Paul is one person. So Paul ends in an s, rides the merry-go-round. Paul and John is plural because there are two of them. So Paul and John ride the merry-go-round. Sometimes a helpful hint for this is to look at whether or not the word ends, or the noun ends in an s. So typically, if the noun ends in an s, the verb will not end in an s. However, this isn't always the case because Paul and John are still two people, so they ride. So you have to look. If it is plural, there is no s. If it is singular, there is an s. Singular starts with s. So if it is singular, or one, you have to have an s on the verb. Our vocabulary for this week. To contrast is to tell how two things are different. Working at the school contrasted greatly from the job I had before, meaning it was very different. A refugee is someone who is seeking a safe place. The refugees were running away from the war. Emaciated means extremely thin. The starving children were emaciated. A clangor is a loud, resonant sound. I heard the clangor of the gong from the other side of the school. Grudgingly means to do something reluctantly or unwillingly, so meaning you don't want to do it. He grudgingly went to school. This is the end of today's note session. Please write your 20-word summary. Make sure you've labeled today's notes with Quarter 1, Week 7, today's date, and today's essential question. Then place today's notes inside the prongs of your grammar folder behind all previous sets of notes. Bring these notes with you to class on Monday to get credit for them and to use them on the practice.